Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Chris and I checked out this movie called The Girl in Cabin 13. It is directed by Brendan Rudnicki. This is a home invasion kind of movie where a young couple, this woman is a social media influencer, and one night a stalker kind of appears outside their apartment, so they decide to get away and go to this cabin, kind of get away from social media, internet and stuff. And while they're staying there, a group of stalker people in masks show up and it becomes this home invasion kind of thriller thing. Not exactly a mind-blowing concept here or super original. I think there's like some Strangers vibes or something they're trying to go for here. This is a low budget, very low budget movie. I assume probably self-financed. I think there's probably only a few people on the crew. I'm guessing they made this thing in a few days, so I'll be a bit forgiving with my expectations for this thing. And making movies is really hard. That being said, this isn't great. There's not a lot of positives here. I mean, I will say, like, I understood what was happening. It's shot well enough to not be confusing. They use lights, and they're not like, the lighting isn't super dynamic or great, but at least I could see what was going on. I could always understand the dialogue. Like, a lot of basics of filmmaking are here. The idea is not that great. It kind of has something there with social media and this influencer, but it never really has anything to say about that. Like the dubious nature of social media and how it affects us, or like the people, I guess, I'm not sure what they were going for. Like these social media, like there's creepy people on the internet. Is that like the basic idea? I'm like, obviously, I'm on the internet. Wait. I mean, the movie does give a pretty bad first impression because it opens with this weird cooking montage. Not a great way to open a movie. Then there's like amateur stuff with color grade that just kind of shifts between shots. The sound design is barren to weird to bad. Sometimes it shifts just to another channel and stuff. It's just, you know, some rough around the edges stuff going on here. There's not really a cohesive tone to this thing. Like I said, it opens with this weird cooking montage. There's another scene where there's kind of like these two couple are walking in the woods holding hands, and it's weird music, teen love montage type thing. But it's not good at building this creepy tone overall when it interjects scenes like that. I don't know if they were trying to add levity, but by that point, there was nothing to be worried or scared about, so it was just weird. There's also some major plot holes to this thing. The movie opens with a couple seeing a masked stranger at their house, and that's kind of the whole reason they go and get away. And during the first hike, the boyfriend sees a masked stranger, and instead of telling her and them getting the fuck out of there, he doesn't tell her this, and they stay, and that's just like makes no sense for the storyline. And there's a few moments like that where it just doesn't, if you put any thought to it, you're like, why is this happening? A maintenance guy shows up in the middle of the night and walks around the house that he knows people are staying at with headphones on, so he can't hear anything, but it's dark. So like, why would that happen? It doesn't happen for a specific reason in reality. It happens because they want it to in the plot and point of the movie. They need something to happen. So a lot of this movie is just spent doing things with no payoff. We go for a hike. We look at a camera we just bought. We lock windows. We try to signal. Like, it's just a bunch of stuff that just doesn't really go anywhere and kind of feels like busy work a lot of times. I get this is probably made for no money, so they probably bought a bunch of Halloween masks and, you know, put people in hoods, and it's creepy enough for one of these home invasion thriller things. The Strangers and stuff like that kind of did it. I mean, that movie has production value and a decent budget, and they had time to really craft interesting scenarios, and it's well shot. So it's an unfair comparison because this is probably something they made in a weekend at an Airbnb. But if you're doing a home invasion thriller, it's kind of hard to do it like an Airbnb because you can't really damage the property at all. So you're kind of hamstrung on what you can actually do. That being said, there's like a scene with some gore. It's all right. It's not terrible. It was kind of effective. The acting is not very great here, but neither is the writing. So this is a complete movie. It's not a great time. I mean, maybe if you're really into home invasion movies, you'd want to check it out. But if you're just like horror movies, this is just really derivative. Doesn't bring anything new. and not enough interesting things happen to make you compelled to watch the whole thing. It's just kind of boring. Girl in Cabin 13, it's out now if you want to check it out. If you like the video, please leave a like, leave a comment if you've seen the movie, or if you have any movies you want to recommend. And I will catch you here next time, guys. Goodbye.